You've spent your whole life working, saving, paying bills, and hoping that one day retirement would bring peace. But then, when the time comes, you realize. In America, retirement can sometimes feel even more exhausting than working. Rent keeps rising, healthcare costs are enormous, and pensions are rarely enough to live comfortably. But you know what? The world is much bigger than what we see. Out there are countries where, with just $1,800 a month, you can rent an apartment near the beach, eat fresh food every day, receive high-quality health care at low costs, and most importantly, live freely, without the pressure of endless bills. And not only that, in many places, you can even join work exchange programs. Trade a few hours of work each day for free housing and meals. Which means, even with a modest pension, you can still open a brand new chapter of life. Today, I'll take you to explore the 5 best countries for Americans to retire. Places where retirement isn't an ending, but the beginning of a journey filled with sunshine, blue seas, and serenity. Comment below which countries you'd love to go to, hit like, and subscribe so you won't miss the wonderful opportunities waiting just for you. Whether it's a simple life or a luxurious one, it's your choice. And at the end of this video, we'll reveal a country that will leave you amazed with its quality of life. Dream it. Pack it. Go. Colombia. The dream of eternal spring for you. Have you ever thought of a place where, with just $1,000 a month, you don't just get by? You live well, beautifully, and freely? That place is Colombia, a South American land once infamous for the wrong reasons, but now surprising thousands of foreigners who set foot here. A city where the weather is never too hot or too cold, always pleasantly warm like a May spring day. That is Medellin, Colombia's city of eternal spring. In the morning, you open your window to a cool breeze drifting in, with green mountains surrounding the city in the distance. Just a few steps away, you can wander into a local market and buy a basket of ripe mangoes, papayas, and avocados for just a few dollars. Then relax with a cup of Colombian coffee, the kind praised all over the world, while thinking that, back in New York, the price of a single Starbucks coffee could cover an entire breakfast here. A cozy, fully furnished apartment in downtown Medellin rents for about $400 to $600. A single person can live on roughly $800 to $1,000 a month, while a couple can live comfortably on $2,500. It sounds like a joke, but it's the truth. And if you want to live almost for free in Colombia, that's entirely possible through work exchange programs. Many international volunteers join organic farms growing coffee and cacao, or work in hostels with simple tasks like cleaning rooms, helping at reception, or serving at the bar. In exchange, you get free housing, basic meals, Wi-Fi, and the chance for cultural exchange. You might even teach English or French. This is why many people spend only a few $100s a month. What makes this dream more than just smoke and mirrors is the visa policy. Colombia understands that many people want to find a place to settle after a lifetime of work. That's why they introduced the pensionado visa, retirement residency. All you need is proof of a pension of about $1,000 a month, and you can legally stay in the country without investing hundreds of thousands like in Europe. This visa is issued for 1 to 3 years, easily renewable, and after 5 years you can apply for permanent residency. For younger people or remote workers, Colombia also offers a digital nomad visa, which only requires stable online income. Simple requirements, quick processing. This is why more and more Americans, Canadians, and Europeans are flocking to Medellin, Cali, and Bogota to begin a new chapter. And if you worry about healthcare, this is where your heart might skip a beat. The World Health Organization once ranked Colombia's healthcare system 22nd in the world, higher than the United States. Foreigners with long-term visas can join the public insurance system called EPS, which costs only about $70 to $85 a month for a couple. With such low fees, you have access to modern hospitals, skilled doctors, and if you prefer higher-end service, private health care is available at prices still many times cheaper than medical bills in the US. You can get a full health checkup for just a few dollars, something that back home might cost you thousands. Safety? Yes, Colombia once had a troubled past, but don't let history overshadow the present. Today's Medellin has transformed beyond belief, from the world's most dangerous city to a hub of technology, tourism, and art. Expat neighborhoods have sprung up, along with boutique cafes, co-working spaces, lush green parks, and clean, modern streets. Of course, basic caution is still needed. Avoid unsafe areas and late-night wandering. But the truth is, thousands of foreigners have made this place their home, and most say the feeling of safety grows stronger every year. Just imagine, no more stress about paying rent, no more panic every time you open a hospital bill, no need to pinch pennies over a cup of coffee or a taxi ride. Instead, you wake up each morning to fresh, cool air, step out onto flower-lined streets, hear locals greet you with a smile, and know that the money you've saved doesn't just buy you safety, it buys you a life worth living. That's what Colombia offers. The lightness in your soul that comes from finding a place where life suddenly feels easier to breathe. David, 62, from Ohio, had just retired when he decided to move to Medellin. The moment he stepped off the plane, he was overwhelmed. Spanish voices echoing everywhere, motorbikes buzzing, the scent of coffee and exotic fruits flooding the streets. He admitted, "I thought I had made a mistake." But just a day later, a neighbor knocked on his door with a bag of mangoes, and the coffee vendor lingered to teach him a few Spanish words. Within the first week, David realized he was spending less than $300 on food, an amount that back in the US would only cover a few trips to the grocery store. Now he smiles. "I came to Colombia with fear, but I found kindness and a life I never dared to dream of before." Colombia isn't perfect. Spanish can still be a barrier if you want to fully integrate, and in some cities you still need to be mindful of safety. But compared to the price you pay to live in the US, Canada, or Europe, this place feels like an unexpected gift life has handed you. So what about you? If you had the chance to live somewhere on just $1,000 a month, drinking the world's best coffee every day, with spring-like weather all year round, would you be ready to trade your current life for a new chapter in Colombia? Leave a comment. I'd love to hear your honest thoughts. 4. Portugal, where time slows down. There are places in the world that make you feel instantly embraced, and Portugal is one of them. If Colombia brings excitement and thrill, then Portugal is gentle, safe, and calm, like a fado melody drifting along Lisbon's seaside. You arrive here and suddenly find yourself breathing more slowly, walking a little longer, and smiling more often, because life in this country isn't rushed or noisy. It's filled with precious pauses. The cost of living in Portugal is, of course, higher than in South America, but compared to the US, it's still a pleasant surprise. A one-bedroom apartment in Lisbon may run from $950 to $2,300, while in Porto or smaller cities, it's only about $650, $850. Total monthly costs for one person average $400 to $800. And if you move to the Algarve, with its endless sunshine and long beaches, the cost can be even lower. With that budget, you can stroll through local markets, buy fresh seafood, sip a glass of green wine vinho verde, and still have enough left to spend long afternoons in a cafe without worrying about your wallet. What makes Portugal a dream retirement destination is the D7 visa. All you need is to prove passive income, pension, rental property, investments, of at least about $950 a month, a number many Americans can easily meet, and you can apply for long-term residency. After 5 years, you qualify for permanent residency or even citizenship, with the benefit of free movement throughout the entire Schengen zone. This isn't just a ticket to stay, it's a door opening to all of Europe. And you know what? Portugal's public healthcare system, SNS, is ranked among the best in the world, even higher than Spain and Italy. If you're a long-term resident, you only need to pay a small fee to receive care in public hospitals with excellent quality. If you prefer faster service, private healthcare is also very common, with consultation fees around $45. Compared to US medical bills, that's truly a dream. On top of that, if you want to live almost for free, Portugal also offers plenty of work exchange opportunities. Many hostels in Lisbon and Porto recruit volunteers as bartenders, receptionists, cleaners, or gardeners. In the Algarve region, you can even join surf camps, working just 20-25 hours per week. In exchange, you get free accommodation, basic meals, and the chance to enjoy the seaside sunshine. For many young expats, this is how they first bond with Portugal before moving on to live long-term with a retirement visa. An American woman named Susan, 64, a former elementary school teacher from California, said that when she first arrived in the Algarve, she felt as if she had come home. At first, she planned to stay only a few months, but after experiencing mornings walking along golden beaches and dinners costing just $16 with grilled fish and a glass of wine, she decided to stay for good. She rented a 2-bedroom seaside apartment for only $800, and her total monthly expenses were under $1,600. Most importantly, when she went for a full checkup, she paid less than $55. Something she said, "Back in the US, I would spend a whole week just debating whether I could afford to book the appointment." Safety in Portugal is also something that makes many people feel overjoyed. With low crime rates and friendly locals, you can walk along the narrow streets of Lisbon at night without feeling unsafe. And it's this sense of peace that makes many foreigners, especially those worn out by stress, honking horns, and financial pressure in the US, feel as if they've finally found a healing balm. Portugal isn't perfect. Bureaucracy can be slow, and in Lisbon or Porto rental prices are rising due to tourism. But compared to the safety, mild climate, fresh food, rich culture, and easy retirement visa, those drawbacks feel minor. Perhaps you'll find yourself sitting in a little cafe in Porto, listening to a guitar strumming, watching the sunset paint the Douro River purple and realizing, at last, this is the retirement I dreamed of. If given the choice, would you spend your retirement strolling the Algarve's golden shores? Or do you prefer the vibrancy of South America? Leave a comment and share your choice. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join me in exploring more retirement paradises around the world. 3. Spain. Retirement as vibrant as a festival. If Portugal offers calm, then Spain is like a fiery flamenco melody, where your retirement can be as vibrant as an endless festival. From the bustling squares of Madrid, the orange-scented cobblestone streets of Seville, to the artistic Barcelona and the blue Mediterranean Sea, you'll realize retirement isn't the end, but a colorful new beginning. When it comes to cost of living, Spain is more breathable than you might think. A single person can live comfortably on $400–$700 per month in coastal cities like Valencia Alicante, or Seville. A one-bedroom apartment rents for just $750 Dining out costs $10-15 per meal, and a glass of red wine is only $3. Compared to the US, expenses are often 40-50% lower. On visas, Spain opens two main doors for Americans looking to retire or work remotely. The non-lucrative visa, retirement visa, which requires passive income of about $2,700–3,200 per month, and the digital nomad visa for online workers, which requires a similar income level. Notably, during the first 6 years, you may benefit from the Beckham Law, paying only 24% tax instead of the higher standard rates. Spain's healthcare system is one of the biggest reasons many foreigners choose to stay. If you have legal residency, you gain access to the public system, which is nearly free, while private consultations cost only about $45–50. For Americans used to medical bills in the thousands, this is a true relief. If you want to cut costs even further, Spain also offers plenty of work exchange programs. You can help out at hostels in Barcelona or Valencia with gardening, cleaning, or kitchen work. Or try your hand at creative jobs like filming videos, teaching sports, or leading art workshops. In return, you get accommodation, daily meals, and the chance to experience a colorful Spain almost for free. Mark, 66, from Colorado, is a living example. With a pension of just over $2,400 a month, he always struggled in the U.S. But in Valencia, he rents an apartment near the beach for only $850, joined the large expat community, and now starts each day with a morning coffee and ends it with flamenco music in the square. In the U.S., I lived in constant worry. Here I feel young again, he laughs. Spain is safe, except for pickpocketing in major tourist spots, something easily avoided if you stay alert. Its highlights are year-round sunshine, cheap, fresh food, excellent public transport, and a vibrant culture. The downsides? Bureaucracy can be slow, and outside major cities, English is not widely spoken. Spain isn't just a place to retire. It gives you the feeling of living all over again, where every morning is filled with sunlight and every evening bursts with the rhythm of a festival. So what do you think? If you had the choice, would you want your retirement to drift peacefully in Portugal or dance to the vibrant music of Spain? Leave a comment and let me know your honest choice. 2. Italy. Living slow, living beautiful, living dolce vita. If Spain is a vibrant fiesta, then Italy is an old oil painting where every sunset can turn into a masterpiece. Retirement in Italy is not just about resting. It's about savoring life, learning to live slowly, beautifully, and fully embracing the dolce vita. The cost of living in Italy is more affordable than you might think. A single person can live comfortably on $1,500–2,000 per month if choosing smaller towns outside Rome or Milan. In the south, a one-bedroom apartment can be found for around $700–900, while even in Florence or Venice, you can still rent a modest apartment for about $200. A wood-fired authentic Italian pizza is only $8, a glass of local wine $4, and a full dinner for two rarely exceeds $40. Italy's visa also opens big opportunities for Americans looking to retire. With the elective residency visa, you only need to prove passive income of about $35,000 per year, $20,900 per month. No investment required, just a stable pension or savings. This visa is issued for 1 year, renewable, and after 5 years, you can apply for permanent residency. After 10 years, you qualify for citizenship. In addition, Italy has recently introduced the remote worker visa for online workers, requiring an annual income of around $30,000. Healthcare in Italy is another highlight. The public system, Servizio Sanitario Nazionale, SSN, allows long-term residents to join for about $2,000 per year, with most services either free or at very low cost. If you prefer faster service, private healthcare is common, with consultations costing only $60–80. For Americans used to paying hundreds of dollars per visit, this is truly a relief. And if you want to try living almost for free, Italy also offers plenty of work exchange opportunities. Hostels in Rome or Florence often need help with reception, media, or marketing. Meanwhile, organic farms and self-sustaining communities in Tuscany or Umbria look for volunteers to garden, care for animals, or take part in community projects. With just 20–25 hours of work per week, you get free housing, basic meals, and the chance to immerse yourself in authentic Italian life. Karen, a 68-year-old widow from Florida, has found her second life in Italy. With $700 a month, she rents a 2-bedroom apartment in Tuscany overlooking the vineyards. Every morning she goes to the farmer's market, buying fresh produce for just 20 soldi to last the whole week, and in the afternoon she joins cooking classes hosted by her neighbors. In the US, my retirement was nothing but a string of worries. Here, I feel like I'm living in an Italian movie, she laughs. Italy is safe, especially in small towns. Just be cautious of pickpockets in Rome, Milan, or Venice, tourist hotspots that are almost too famous. The country's advantages are its deep culture, world-class cuisine, mild Mediterranean climate, and the dolce vita lifestyle. The downsides: bureaucracy can be cumbersome, and if you don't speak Italian, it may take time to fully integrate. But it's precisely this slowness that makes Italy special. You don't come here to race against time. You come to learn how to sit for hours in a cafe, sipping espresso, watching people pass by, and realizing that retirement isn't about stopping. It's about savoring every moment. So would you want a romantic retirement in Italy, where every afternoon a glass of wine and a vineyard sunset are enough to make you happy? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to read them. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss the next journeys. 1. Germany. Retirement in safety and discipline. If Italy is romantic, then Germany is a portrait of order and discipline. Here, you can trust that everything runs on time, healthcare is modern, and society operates smoothly. Retirement in Germany offers a sense of safety and certainty, something many Americans seek after a lifetime of hard work. The cost of living in Germany is higher than in Southern Europe. A single person needs about $2,700 per month to live comfortably. A 1-bedroom apartment in Berlin usually costs $1,125, while in Munich it can reach $1,800–$2,000. In smaller cities like Leipzig or Hanover, it's only $800–$1,000. Eating out averages $15–$20 per meal, and a classic German beer is just $5. Germany doesn't have a dedicated retirement visa. Americans typically apply for the freelance visa if working independently, or through employment or family reunification. After 5 years, you can apply for permanent residency, and after 6 to 8 years, citizenship. Germany suits retirees who remain active, still want to work online, or maintain a steady income stream. Germany's healthcare system is ranked among the best in the world. Residents are required to have health insurance. With private insurance, the cost is around $250–$400 per month, in return for comprehensive, high-quality medical care, a priceless guarantee compared to the massive healthcare bills in the US. If you want to save money, you can join work exchange programs. Hostels in Berlin or Munich often need help with cleaning, kitchen work, or gardening. while farms and animal sanctuaries in rural areas need volunteers to care for animals or grow crops. In return, you get free housing, meals, and even the chance to learn German for free in everyday life. Robert, a 70-year-old from Seattle, is a clear example. With just enough pension, he worried about high costs. But when he came to visit his daughter in Berlin, he decided to stay. He rents an apartment in the suburbs for $200 a month, adds another $700 for food and private health insurance. He says, "I didn't choose Germany because it's cheap. I chose it because I feel secure. Public transport is punctual to the minute. Healthcare is excellent. And from here I can travel all over Europe with just a train ticket." Germany's strengths: safety, world-class healthcare, outstanding infrastructure, and a central location in Europe. Weaknesses: high costs, heavy taxes, complicated bureaucracy, and language barriers. But for those seeking a high-quality retirement filled with peace of mind, Germany is a choice not to be overlooked. So what about you? Do you want your retirement to feel secure and orderly in Germany? Or are you drawn to the romance of Italy and the tranquility of Portugal? Share your thoughts in the comments below. So, we've just gone through 5 wonderful countries. From the vibrancy of Colombia, the calm of Portugal, the fiesta joy of Spain, the romantic dolce vita of Italy, to the safety and discipline of Germany. Each place offers a path to living more affordably, even nearly for free, thanks to low living costs, easy retirement visas, affordable health care, and those little-known work exchange programs. The message is simple. Retirement doesn't have to be a string of worries about bills. It can be the doorway to a new chapter, one where you live freely, safely, and happily, just the way you've always dreamed. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next journeys. Because who knows? The trip that changes your retirement could begin with just one click today.